that for the first time in over a decade, a significant natural gas discovery has been made.
China continues to assert expansive claims over much of the same body of water.
The Philippines sits atop one of Southeast Asia's most strategically significant and resource-rich regions. From vast offshore natural gas reserves to potentially trillions of dollars in untapped oil, the nation's waters hold the promise of transforming its energy landscape and strengthening its economic future. Yet these opportunities exist amid rising geopolitical tensions, particularly in the South China Sea, where competing claims and regional rivalries have made resource development a complex challenge. Understanding the interplay between energy security, maritime strategy, and international diplomacy is essential for grasping the stakes for the Philippines and its neighbors. The offshore discovery, known as Malampaya East 1, sits about 45 miles off the coast of Palawan and falls squarely within the Philippines' Exclusive Economic Zone, EEZ. Under the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, this 200 nautical mile zone gives the Philippines exclusive rights to explore and develop natural resources beneath the seabed. Still, the discovery raises a critical question. Can the armed forces of the Philippines truly safeguard this vital energy asset amid growing pressure from China, especially since the area overlaps with Beijing's expansive 9-line claim? That overlap has fueled serious geopolitical tension, with China repeatedly challenging Philippine exploration activities. Despite this, the armed forces in the Philippine Navy have made it clear they are confident in their ability to defend the Malampaya East 1 gas field. Officials stress that security is based on capability and readiness, not simply the number of ships or aircraft deployed. Malampaya East 1 is located just 5 kilometers from the existing Malampaya gas platform and lies well within the operational reach of Philippine forces. Protection of the site falls under the Western Command, WESCOM, specifically Joint Task Force Malampaya, which is equipped with surveillance, monitoring, and rapid response capabilities. WESCOM is tasked with detecting and responding to any form of harassment or intrusion in the area, including activities by foreign maritime forces. The Navy has maintained a constant presence around Malampaya for years through Joint Task Force Malampaya, using a combination of surface vessels, aircraft, and special operations units. The task force confirmed that Malampaya East 1 is firmly within WESCOM's area of responsibility and is regularly patrolled by Navy assets. These patrols are now being reinforced by the Navy's ongoing modernization efforts, including the recent arrival of the offshore patrol vessel BRP Raja Suleiman, PS-20, which docked at Naval Operating Base Subic in mid-January and was formally welcomed days later. New assets like these significantly strengthen the Navy's ability to defend the country's maritime territory, its EEZ, and critical infrastructure such as the Malampaya gas facilities. The Malampaya Deepwater Gas-to-Power project marked the birth of the Philippines' natural gas industry. Located about 50 kilometers northwest of Palawan, the project began commercial operations in January 2002 and has since generated more than $12 billion in revenues for the government. At its peak, it supplied up to 20% of Luzon's electricity needs, making it one of the most important energy projects in Philippine history. The newly discovered Malampaya East 1, MAE-1, reservoir represents the first major breakthrough under the Malampaya Phase 4 drilling program, which also includes the Camago and Bagong Pagasa wells. Early results suggest MAE-1 could be just as productive as the original Malampaya wells, raising expectations that even more gas may still lie beneath the seabed. The Malampaya project itself is a joint effort between the Philippine government and the private sector. It is led by the Department of Energy and operated by Prime Energy on behalf of partners Udina Corporation and PNOC Exploration Corporation. Since operations began in 2001, Malampaya has supplied cleaner-burning natural gas to 4 major power plants in Luzon, with a combined capacity of 3,200 megawatts. Its benefits are far-reaching, cutting oil imports, stabilizing electricity supply, and providing cleaner energy sourced from within the country. This is especially critical as the Philippines continues to face some of the highest electricity prices in Southeast Asia and a looming energy shortfall. The original Malampaya field, which still provides around 20% of Luzon's power, is expected to decline within the next few years. That's why this discovery, the first major gas find in over a decade, has sparked renewed optimism. Initial testing showed MAE-1 flowing at 60 million cubic feet of gas per day, a strong signal that production could ramp up further. The find could extend Malampaya's lifespan and strengthen the country's domestic gas supply for years to come. At the same time, Philippine efforts to explore other promising areas, such as Reed Bank, west of Palawan, have been stalled for years due to opposition from Beijing, which claims sovereignty over much of the South China Sea. Reed Bank, like Malampaya, lies within the Philippines' EEZ, but remains a flashpoint in the ongoing maritime dispute. As energy security, economic growth, and national sovereignty converge, the stakes surrounding Malampaya East 1 are enormous. How the Philippines protects and develops this discovery may shape not just its power future, but its standing in one of the world's most contested waters. China has also pushed back against Vietnam's oil and gas exploration in the same disputed region. Claiming nearly the entire South China Sea, Beijing has steadily expanded its footprint in recent years, ramping up Coast Guard and naval patrols across the contested waters. In response to President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s announcement of a major natural gas discovery at Malampaya East 1, Philippine authorities moved quickly. The Philippine Navy and Philippine Coast Guard have been ordered to tighten security and step up protection around the site, recognizing it as a critical new energy asset. The discovery not only extends the life of the aging Malampaya field, but also strengthens the country's long-term energy security. To secure the area, the Philippine Coast Guard, PCG, is deploying a mix of modern vessels and aircraft across the West Philippine Sea, particularly around Malampaya East 1. This includes its flagship 97-meter Teresa Magbanua-class patrol ships, 2 44-meter Parola-class vessels, and Coast Guard aircraft for continuous monitoring. The government has also begun repositioning assets to prioritize protection of Malampaya, given its proximity to one of the region's most hotly contested zones. The Coast Guard has openly acknowledged ongoing security challenges in the West Philippine Sea, citing China's increasingly aggressive actions. Meanwhile, the Philippine Navy says the arrival of its newest ship, BRP Raja Suleiman, highlights a broader push to strengthen maritime defense and law enforcement. This effort is part of the Navy's mission to build a modern, multi-domain and self-reliant force, one capable of protecting vital assets like the newly discovered gas field. The ship's name carries powerful symbolism. Raja Suleiman, a Muslim ruler of Manila in the late 1500s, is remembered for resisting Spanish expeditions led by Miguel López de Legazpi and Martín de Goiti in 1570 and 1571. He fought to defend his people and homeland from foreign domination, a legacy that now lives on at sea. BRP Raja Suleiman is the lead ship of the Philippine Navy's Raja Suleiman-class offshore patrol vessels, built by HD Hyundai Heavy Industries in South Korea. Based on Hyundai's HDP 2200 Plus design, the ship is part of the Armed Forces Offshore Patrol Vessel Acquisition Program. The vessel was officially launched on June 11, 2025, at Hyundai's shipyard in Ulsan, South Korea. According to the Navy, it has a full load displacement of about 2,400 to 2,450 tons, stretches roughly 94 meters long, and features a 14-meter beam with a 3.7-meter draft. It can reach speeds of up to 22 knots, operate across 5,500 nautical miles, and remain at sea for as long as 30 days. The ship is crewed by around 72 personnel. For the Philippines, modern warships like BRP Raja Suleiman are more than just new hardware. They are essential tools for defending territorial waters, safeguarding vast maritime resources, and contributing to regional stability. The Navy's ongoing modernization reflects a strategic shift away from internal security and toward territorial defense, driven by rising tensions in the West Philippine Sea. As energy security and maritime sovereignty collide, the Philippines is signaling that it intends to protect what lies beneath its waters and stand its ground on the surface. Last year, the Philippine Navy officially welcomed its second Miguel Malvar-class frigate, BRP Diego Silang, FFG-07, into active service during a commissioning ceremony at Naval Operating Base Subic Bay. The arrival of this cutting-edge warship marks another major step in the Philippines' push to strengthen its presence and protect its interests in the contested South China Sea. As one of the Navy's two most capable surface combatants, BRP Diego Silang is now fully operational and ready to serve under the armed forces of the Philippines. The 3,200-ton guided missile frigate is designed to stand toe-to-toe with larger foreign warships operating in the West Philippine Sea, including Chinese destroyers. Its deployment sends a strong signal, boosting surveillance, deterrence, and maritime defense at a time of rising regional tension. The commissioning of the Navy's most advanced warship represents a major milestone in Manila's long-term effort to modernize its fleet and defend its maritime territory. Alongside BRP Raja Suleiman, the arrival of BRP Diego Silang delivers a clear message. The Philippines will continue investing in capabilities that enhance maritime awareness, strengthen deterrence, and uphold the rule of law, especially in sensitive areas like the Malampaya gas field, which lies within China's controversial 9-line claim. These new capital ships significantly expand the Navy's reach, allowing sustained patrols across the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone and even beyond. And the buildup isn't stopping there. Negotiations are already underway with HD Hyundai Heavy Industries of South Korea for 2 additional frigates, likely upgraded versions of the Miguel Malvar class, with a contract expected to be finalized soon. With each new vessel, the armed forces of the Philippines grow stronger and more capable of defending its sovereign waters. As tensions with China continue to rise in the West Philippine Sea, Manila sees naval modernization not as an option, but a necessity. Investing in advanced warships is central to countering pressure in disputed waters and protecting national interests. Earlier this year, the Philippines also received BRP Miguel Malvar, FFG-06, at Subic Bay, timed with the 127th anniversary of the Philippine Navy. Together, these modern frigates symbolize a Navy in transition, moving toward a more capable, credible, and forward-leaning force, ready to defend the nation's seas in an increasingly uncertain region. The arrival of 2 of the most advanced warships ever acquired by the Philippines marks a major turning point in Manila's military modernization drive. These new vessels significantly strengthen the country's ability to defend its sovereign waters at a time when tensions with China continue to rise. More than just hardware, these warships elevate the Philippines' role as a serious security player in the increasingly contested South China Sea. As an archipelago with one of the longest coastlines in the world and a vast exclusive economic zone, the Philippines faces an enormous challenge in safeguarding its maritime territory. That's why modern warships, equipped with long-range capabilities and advanced sensors, are no longer optional. They are essential. These upgrades are a direct response to growing pressure and aggressive maritime activity in the West Philippine Sea. New platforms like the Miguel Malvar-class guided missile frigates bring serious firepower. They are designed with anti-ship, anti-submarine, and anti-air warfare systems, giving the Philippine Navy the tools it needs to counter a wide range of threats in contested waters. While the Philippines cannot match the sheer size of China's naval fleet, it is pursuing a different strategy: minimum credible deterrence. By fielding fewer but more capable ships and missile systems, Manila aims to make any hostile move far more costly and complicated for potential adversaries. Advanced radar and sensor technology also dramatically improves maritime awareness, allowing the country to better track activity across its waters. These capabilities are just as critical for non-military missions, helping crack down on illegal fishing, smuggling, piracy, and other illicit activities that threaten national security and livelihoods. At the same time, modernization is making the Philippine Navy a more effective and interoperable partner with allies such as the United States, Japan, and Australia, enabling deeper cooperation through joint patrols and military exercises that support freedom of navigation and a rules-based international order. Beyond coastal defense, new warships and related systems, such as anti-ship cruise missiles, are expanding the Navy's reach far beyond nearshore waters. This enhanced force projection is vital for protecting remote and strategically sensitive areas, including outposts near Scarborough Shoal. Together, these developments signal a clear shift in military focus, from internal security operations to a stronger, outward-looking defense posture built for high-end, conventional threats. These high-profile naval assets also support Manila's strategy of assertive transparency. With advanced ships at sea, the Philippines can monitor, document, and publicly expose aggressive actions by other nations, helping rally international attention and support for its maritime claims. Behind the scenes, the United States continues to back the Philippines' efforts to protect its sovereign rights in the West Philippine Sea. Through a strong military presence, including powerful warships and aircraft carrier patrols, the U.S. helps reinforce security across large portions of the Philippine EEZ. American access to strategically located bases across the archipelago further strengthens this posture, many of them positioned near key oil and gas areas. The stakes are enormous. Oil deposits in the Spratly Islands alone are estimated to reach 17.1 billion barrels, and total hydrocarbon resources within Philippine waters could exceed $26 trillion. With resources of that scale on the line, Washington has made clear its support for Manila's push to explore, develop, and secure its energy reserves, standing firm against interference and obstruction. As new warships take their place at sea, the message is unmistakable. The Philippines is preparing not just to defend its waters, but to protect its future. Through stronger defense alliances, joint task forces, and a firm rejection of China's sweeping maritime claims, the Philippines is signaling a clear message. It will push back against coercion and protect its right to develop its own natural resources, an issue that sits at the heart of the country's energy security. In 2023, the Washington-based Asia Maritime Transparency Initiative reported that several nations are actively moving forward with new oil and gas projects in the disputed waters of the South China Sea. The group warned that these developments could easily become the next major flashpoint. While China, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia continue drilling and expanding energy operations, the Philippines has kept its own exploration efforts on hold in contested areas, a policy in place since 2014. Security experts argue that this may soon change. They recommend that Manila conduct joint patrols with the United States and rely on the Philippine Navy when launching future exploration activities in the South China Sea. China, however, has openly criticized the Philippines' deepening security ties with Washington, accusing the U.S. of threatening regional stability, especially after the Marcos administration expanded American access to Philippine military bases under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement. One area drawing particular attention is the Calayan Island Group, where studies by the U.S. Geological Survey and China's Ministry of Geology and Mineral Resources estimate up to 17.1 billion barrels of hydrocarbons, valued at roughly $26.3 trillion. With resources of that scale at stake, the islands have become a strategic priority for Manila. In response, the Philippines has begun strengthening its defenses by developing military facilities in the area, underscoring how energy security and national defense are now tightly linked. As we explore these developments, it's important to reflect on the broader lessons they offer. How do countries balance resource development with national security? What strategies allow smaller nations to protect their interests in contested waters? And how can cooperation, rather than conflict, shape the future of energy and maritime governance in the region? These questions invite us to think critically about the connections between natural resources, policy, and regional stability, topics that remain highly relevant for students of international affairs, energy strategy, and global security.